Hi you guys, my name is Derrick Rashid and welcome to my channel. We are back with another recap of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 5. So the girls walk in after Mayhem's elimination, and then we discover, well not we, they discover that all of the lipsticks were for Mayhem, which means that Mayhem voted for herself. Shea was upset that Mayhem voted herself out because it's just how I feel. If you're gonna vote yourself out, that means that you didn't want to be here, and if you didn't want to be here, why would you accept it? Like, why would you come on to the next morning? Ru walks in and lets the girls know that this week's Maxi Challenge is going to be the Snatch game, but it's going to be the Snatch game of love. The girls are broken up into two groups of three because there are only 6 girls left competing for 2 bachelors' affection. The first group is going to be Cracker, who is Lady Gaga. I would have never guessed Lady Gaga if it wasn't for... No, I would have never guessed Lady Gaga at all. I knew exactly who Alexis was. She was Walter Mercado. I don't have references for him, but I do have a lot of Latinx friends, and with his passing last year, I knew exactly who she was. I didn't need anything, although, well, I didn't really know his name. And India decides to be everyone. Some of the girls' favorite YouTube beauty influencer, the problem child, extremely problematic. A lot of people would say racist. Jeffree Star. I knew exactly who she was. The paint got it straight down. And honestly, that's about where it ends. India's Jeffree Star was horrible. Cracker's Gaga was also really dry. Like, not a single laugh. If it wasn't for Alexis, I would not have laughed this entire segment. Alexis is, she's, dare I say brilliant? Alexis is brilliant. Like, when she does things, she does things. Like, she fully commits. She's not afraid to go there. Since the other 2 girls weren't good, that obviously led for Alexis to be the winner of the group. So she takes the first half of the competition. I don't even know this guy's name. The little white boy, what's his name? I don't know his name. So we go on to our second group, and that is Blair as Ellen DeGeneres. Got Ellen by the look. Blair looks like a little lesbian anyway, but that's about it. Like, the mannerisms, like, I saw what she was trying to go for, and that just wasn't it. The voice, no. Then we have Miss Jujubee as Eartha Kitt coming back for a 3rd time around. Loved this. The look, the voice, the mannerisms. Like, she didn't even have to open her mouth. She just could move, and the look and the mannerisms alone would have told you everything you need to know, that this was the kitty cat herself. And Juju did it. Juju was so funny, and I too also set my thermostat to a sensible 74 degrees. And our third girl in this group would be no one else other than Miss Shea Coulee, or should I say, Shava Flav. Oh, this goddess, this everything that is Shea. Shea slayed the girls. She gave you mannerisms. She gave you raps. Yeah, she gave you puns. All the jokes were there. Her and Juju played off of each other, and it was just amazing. And these 3 were competing for Jeffrey Boyer Chapman. He is so fine. So yeah, I already knew. I was like, okay. When Juju started and she had her first little get-goes, I was like, okay, Juju might win this. And then Shea was like, no girl, I got this. Shea obviously won. I would have hoped and been okay with them doing a 3rd round. And just having those 3, since they were the only ones that were giving us puns and being comedic and everything like that, I think that would have been a really good segment. It just would have been a funny moment in television. And let's be honest, we haven't had a lot of good moments with this season. Getting ready for main stage, Ru comes out In the very first good look this season on the main stage, Ru looks good because, let's be honest, the suits have been carrying Ru this entire season. Main stage looks have been horrible. Can we please, like, I miss Matthew. Like, not to take credit away from Raven in the face that she's doing, but I just feel as though Matthew was like everything. Our runway this week is Prom Queen Fantasy. The first girl that we have up is Miz Cracker, and she's giving us a zit-filled teenage nightmare for prom. She is ripe. She is ready to burst. Acne all over. And that's my favorite part of the look. I didn't care for the dress. I just thought a lot more effort went into the makeup and prosthetics that were the zits. I hope they were prosthetics, because no, actually, if that was legit makeup, she did really good on that. Alexis comes out in a very quince moment, very red, very fluffy at the bottom. I wasn't really here for this look as well, but that slit all the way up the leg to show that turkey leg was everything I needed. Oh, like, let's just rework the entire gown, but keep the slit. Actually, we can keep the bottom. Let's rework the top and do something different with the hair. It was just very pageant girl goes to prom. India comes out giving us very alternative prom, giving us very gothy with the runny mascara moment. I don't know, but it's just everything for me. It is sexy. So this is not her first prom. This is, I missed my prom as a teenager, so I'm gonna recreate it in the woman that I am now. Miss Blair comes out and she says F you to gender roles. She gives us very teetering the border of masculine and femininity, and it's just, it's beautiful. Little finger wave. She takes off the hat and there's the crown. Like, we're prom king and we're prom queen. Dress at the bottom, very suit-like at the top. I liked it. I really, really did like this look on Blair. Juju comes out and takes us all the way back to the 80s with her crimped hair, her color of her dress, the movement, the shape, everything. I loved all of this look that Juju gave us. And Shea comes out and again gives us a concept. We all know the movie Clair. We know what happened in that movie. We also know what happened at the season finale with the roses. So Mama said, let's take this, and splash them together, and let's give you a prom moment. Let's, instead of blood, let's pour some rose petals down, and it's here for it. Like, loved it. You see her mascara running as well, obviously from her pain, her hurt, her tears from losing her season to that moment, because we all know that that's the moment that took her away. And with all that said, our winner this week is Miss Shea Coulee. And then Shea tells us that over the next year, after her losing her original season, that fans would come up at meet and greets and they would have like rose petals in their hair and in their cap and just think it was fun. Like, who are you guys? Like, what kind of person do you really have to be to, one, think that that's funny to do when in front of the person that lost because of this and know that this was a big moment for them? Y'all are disgusting. But let's get back to the show. Ru lets us know that there is no more safe queens, so that means if you are not the winner, you are in the bottom. So we have 6 girls remaining. Shea won, therefore we have 5 girls in the bottom. The girls go backstage. And this is where all the drama of this episode happens, baby. I went into this and I'm thinking, oh, if Alexis is also up for elimination, she going home. Because that's what happened with Mayhem. Mayhem voted for Shea. Shea turned that bad boy back around. So we expect the same thing to happen. But Shea asks flat out, Alexis, why should I not pick your lipstick because you picked mine? Alexis says that she voted for Shea to protect the friendships that she had with the other girls in the bottom at that time, which would be Mariah and India. However, if that's where your spirit sits, that you should vote me out, just know that every action has consequences. Me. A whole me. I'm taking that as a threat. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna just vote you out, and that just would have been it for me. Shea, on the other hand, she's a lot more graceful than I would be in this moment. She lets the girls know that she basically already has her mind made up. India says, girl, let me just speak to you for a moment. India tells Shea that on that very same week that Mayhem and Alexis approached her and said, hey girl, let's vote out Shea. And India said no. Shea is like gobsmacked. So she goes back and she just blasted out to everyone, hey you guys, it was just brought to my attention via India that the week that I was in the bottom, that Alexis and Mayhem approached India to see if she would also vote for me to go home. Is this true? The other girls, they have nothing to say about the situation. They didn't know, and Alexis completely denies it. And then it goes into this whole Alexis and India thing, essentially, about basically them calling each other liars. And Alexis walks off, and she's like, no, this, like, now I know why Derrick doesn't like you, and da 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 da. She ends up speaking to Shea afterwards, and she's like, girl, like, if we wanted to really campaign against you, we need more than 3 votes. Pause. Put on my thinking cap, right? And I'm like, all right. This week that is in question, there were 3 girls up for elimination. Shea, Mariah, and India, right? Right. There are 8 girls in the competition at this time, so 8 minus 1, that 1 being Juju as the winner. So there are 7 girls left to vote. 3 of those girls are in the bottom. 2 of those girls are already in cahoots to vote out Shea. So it is very possible with a vote of 2-3 that Shea could have indeed gone home. How do we figure this out? Okay, if the 2 of us are already on, it'll be best to have 4 votes. That'll guarantee that Shea will be going home, right? Right. Obviously, Mayhem has a relationship with Mariah. Mayhem goes to Mariah, hey girl, this is the plan, this is what we're gonna do. Mariah obviously said, no girl, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not sending home Shea, I'm voting by report card. This is all my speculation anyway, but just continue to follow me. So, Mariah's voting by report card, and at this time, honestly, truly, most of the competition, India has the worst track record. Our next best bet would be to approach India. She's also in the bottom. She's not going to vote for herself because that's not a thing that we're supposed to be doing. The 2 of them approach India and they let her know, hey girl, we're going to vote out Shea. You in? And she's like, no girl, I'm not going to vote out Shea. It is very possible that none of the other girls were made aware of this little small campaign. That does not mean that it could not have worked, because if you take it and you have 7 girls, we're discounting Mariah because Mariah is voting off of report cards. So that means Shea is not a choice for her. So there are still 6 girls who still have to vote. If any of those other girls who are outside of this plan decides to vote in the manner of getting out the biggest competitor, it's very easy to say that they didn't have to say this to everyone. If we can flip one of the 2 girls up for elimination, that gives us 3 automatically, which gives us a great chance at her going home, but 4 would solidify it. That's all I gotta say. I'm not saying that Alexis is lying, by the way. I'm just saying that it was possible. So we're back on the main stage, and Miss Vangie Mateo is our lip sync assassin. I've seen Vangie perform. She's a good performer, but me personally, I would not consider her a lip sync assassin, but that was not my call. So Mama comes out. She's facing Shea, and Shea, by the beginning of this lip sync, when Shea goes back to the back of the stage and has that little moment Against the wall, I already knew Shea was winning. There was no way Vangie was gonna win this. Shea sold this down. There was no way for Vangie to win unless production intervened. And we already know that that's a thing, right? So the gaggle of bottoms comes up onto the stage after RuPaul says that Shea won. She gets her tip, and Shea has to reveal who she is sending home. She makes a speech that makes you think again, like, oh my God, who's she gonna send home? Is she gonna send home India? Is she gonna send home Alexis because of what India said? Like, is there so much going on? But because Shea is a queen of queens, in this moment, she's being extremely classy, and she sends home India because, again, speculation, there's no real proof that Alexis did anything. What's fair is India has the worst report card, so India should go home. The breakdown is 5 votes for India, including Shea, so she was going to go home regardless, and 1 vote for India, and that would be Alexis, obviously, for lying, so to speak. So that's it, you guys. That's it for this episode. That's it for the drama that happened. Oh my God, Twitter was going crazy. But if you guys are not following me, you should definitely follow me on socials. We live tweet this show every week. And my socials, I have Instagram, I have Twitter. So follow me at Derrick_Rashid, just like this channel, only the channel does not have the underscore. And also like, comment, share, and subscribe. Like, we gotta let this family grow. So until next time, guys, bye.